What's going on, brother?
Good to talk to you.
How you doing?
Good, good. It is good to have you on the phone.
Man,
I'm glad you.
yeah.
I'm so happy
totally
you agreed
agree.
to do this interview.
No, thank you for having me, man. I mean, I was like, ooh, we just cannot link up.
Right, because you're out there doing all of those movie projects and stuff, and I have to keep moving around and stuff like that.
Yeah. It was good to finally hear
You're
your
keeping
voice,
pretty
man.
busy. Yeah,
Oh, man, I'm
yeah.
trying to, bro. And since I just graduated, I started auditioning, like going out for acting and stuff too. And I just been blessed to keep like getting auditions, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like just out of nowhere. So it's a good thing. It's a good thing. I'm hoping this momentum stay going.
So that means you're a unicorn. You can be in front of the camera, behind the camera. You can write, direct, sing, write a script with one toe.
I wish I could sing. Yeah. I wish.
So tell me about yourself. One, I know you're from Chicago and you moved to Los Angeles. Tell me, how did that get started? How did you get started, and when did you first know you wanted to be an actor / director / cinematographer / anything and everything?
Well, I mean, I wanted to be an actor. I say around like 21, 22, but I was playing at it because it was like, you know, south side of Chicago. I had no connection to it. I didn't even know how to really start. You know, I got gypped out of some money a few times with those little, you know how they put on the radio, if you got talent, come down and sing something. You know, you pay that $2,500 and then it's just a big scam. So that kind of put a bad taste in my mouth. But it wasn't until like I was like, I want to say like around 25 or something. I don't even know if I was that old. But I took a class at Chicago State. This is my undergrad. I was doing communication. And one of the classes we had to do was a field production class, which was like news more so. And, I mean, I did the camera, bro, and I was like, man, I want to make movies. So I stopped doing the assignments correctly. I was like, teacher, I don't really want to do, like, news. Can I give you, like, little shorts or music videos? And she was like, cool, as long as you do the assignment, because, I mean, in Chicago State, so most people weren't even doing their assignment. So she was like, as long as you do the assignment, just turn in something. And so I just started doing that, and I got a bug for it. And then I was like, I enjoy it. And then I started writing. I started writing because I was still trying to, like, do little acting stuff with people at Columbia. And they kept giving me, like, the drug dealer roles and the, like, Playboy roles. And I was like, man, it's more to this. It's more to this than that. So I started writing, and then I was like, all right, I coupled that with, like, shooting and directing. And then it was like, damn, I want to do this. And coming out to L.A. was just simple as I felt like I had hit a ceiling in Chicago. Again, still didn't have the right connections. And I was like, I want to get better at this craft. So it literally happened. I was walking in the kitchen one day, and my mom was like, you know, baby, you should get me a master's. And I was like, all right. And I was like, you know what, if I'm going to go back to school, since I'm honestly, brother, to be rich, I hate school. So, and I was like, if I'm going to do a master's, I need to do it in something that I like, that I love. And then they told me the number one school in America was USC, so I was like, that's the only school I'm going to apply for. And I applied for it, and that's what I got. That was a long-ass explanation. I'm sorry.
Okay, so I know I got 3 or 4 questions out of that. One, you didn't have the connection, but, you know, have you considered maybe doing some theater or some other avenue to get you those acting roles?
I was a production. I wound up. I'm not a big theater. Like, I love going to theater. I'm not a big like fan of acting in theater, even though I have, because I started to try to get some connections by like becoming, you know, a stage. I started off as a stage manager. Then I became a production manager for a touring play called By a Black Hand, which was pretty much a play that in rhyme forms and rap forms spit out all these Black history facts. So I did that for a while. And then like, I always content created. So I did my own feature. So I got some connections that way through like Gene Film Center. So I got some connections that way. But it was still like I felt like my craft wasn't where it needed to be to really launch me farther than like being in Black Harvest and being in like, like smaller things. And because I had a marketing background, I would rent out theater houses like 87th and Chatham and Portage and stuff like that, and I would sell out my feature film. But it was like, yeah, I made my money back, but it was more like a hustle than it was like an execution of a talent or a skill, if that makes sense.
Okay. Let's talk about some of those films. You rented out the Chatham Theater and the Portage Theater and actually made your money back. And that in itself is not an easy feat.
No, sir. No, sir. Not
so
at
let's
all.
talk about those films. What was your first film? What was your second film? Where did you get your inspiration from?
Cool. Well, I mean,
okay, but give me the 30-second or less one. Don't give me the in the beginning there was light and okay.
Yeah, I got you. Well, I had a whole bunch of short films at first, like Determination and What's Real and stuff like that. And so those like films, it was again me just trying to test my skills and stuff and learn the craft. And what I decided to do was bundle like 5 of my short films together and sell them like that and get people to come see it. The stuff that I put in the show was Family Values, which was my original feature film. It was my first feature film. And, it was just something that I was like, yo, you know what? We're going to do this film, and I'm going to get people to see it. I didn't know how I was going to get people to see it, but I told people I was going to get people to see it. And then throughout the process of doing the project, I was like, you know what? Let's just rent out the own house, and that's how we'll get people to see it. Like, forget like trying to get them to come in the backyard or come to the house. Let's do it on the main stage. And it was as simple as that, as me wanting people to see it and wanting a lot of people to see it. And when I sold out the first show, I was like, yo, it was standing room only. We can do this again. And did it again, and I did it one more time for my birthday. So I did it January, February, and then I did April. That's 30 seconds. That's long, 30 seconds. That's pretty much how it works.
Okay, and I've looked at some of your work, Black Man Depressed.
Mm-hmm.
Is that basically your story on how?
Yes. Like yes and no. Like I didn't catch my girlfriend in the threesome or nothing like that. But I did work at the post office. But I mean, you know what? Honestly, it's like yes and no. Like my first year in California, I was like going through like a depression. Honestly, like if I'm gonna be real with you, because it was just like you get so overwhelmed. Like again, like I'm from the south side of Chicago. I went through those school systems. I went to Chicago State, a little bitty college. You know, my mom was like maybe middle class, and I'm surrounded by these people with endless amounts of money and wealth of knowledge. I mean, like I'm in there with Harvard students, Stanford students, and so on and so forth. And then on top of that, FE wasn't exactly what I thought it was going to be, you know, and some of it is because some of their program is not where it needs to be, and some of it is because I had unrealistic expectations. And I needed to make Black Man Depressed to get my worth back, to say, you don't have to understand my point of view, right? I have to understand my point of view, and I have to know who I am, and I can make content with or without anybody. The problem is I was chasing connect, and I didn't realize the biggest asset I had was myself.
Wow.
And so that's where Black Man Depressed came from. To just say, listen, Derek, you put a movie in the theater and you got people going out. Keep developing your craft and keep making content. And the contacts are coming to you. And that's what I had to realize, and that's what Black Man Depressed is about. So beyond it just being a show about making fun of some situations in my life and other people's lives and stuff like that, it's about getting my self-worth back. It's about believing in myself.
So then what would you say to an aspiring filmmaker who comes to Hollywood or to California with starry eyes and come with the attitude, if you will, that there's a magic bullet? If I do A, B, and C, add 3 cups of water to it and put it in the oven for 45 minutes, voila, there I am, a filmmaker. What do you say to them to bust that bubble or to just give them inspiration?
Well, first and foremost, if you're gonna come thinking it's a magic bullet, you failed already, and you should stay where you at. So at least you can be comfortable in your failure. It's no ABC. This is one of the few fields that it's no blueprint, which is a gift and a curse, because you can be out here for 10 years and not get on, and you can be out here for 2 days and somebody see you the right way and get on. You know, it's like everybody's story is different. So my whole thing is, if you're gonna come out here, you need to come out here ready to live well below your means. You need to come out here ready to work higher than your pay grade, and you need to come out here with self-worth and a determination to execute at the highest level at all times. Like, that's pretty much how it's going to go, because nobody's going to give you anything out here, because Hollywood is full of nepotism in the first place. So if they have an opportunity to give somebody anything, they're going to give the people they know first a chance. So you need to do whatever you can to get inside that circle.
Okay.
You know?
Amen. And, you know, I've also looked at some of your other works, and forgive me, I cannot say the name of that short film you did about a young man with a shoe fetish. Tell me about that project, and correct me. What project was it? What was the name of that film? The short
Beyond
film.
the Soul? Or the short film about it? Beyond the Soul. The documentary.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, Beyond the Soul, I'm a sneakerhead. But that's one of my live fights. I don't smoke weed or anything like that. So my additional cash goes to my affinity for shoes. And for me, it was a documentary exploring the culture a little bit and black identity. More so how growing up, that's a lot of me and my other friends and stuff. We love Jordan, and we love Fresh Prince, and we love Run DMC, and so smart marketing, really, if you want to really uncover it. I mean, they equated these nice kicks to success, especially when it came to the Jordan. So my doc is just more so how something that I aspired to have again is something that I attained, and now how it doesn't mean my self-worth is not in the material of it, but in just I made it, and now I can do this. Now I can provide for myself. Just as simple as if you were to buy a house. When you get to buy a house and when you get to buy your own car, it's just this is something as a kid that I like, and now I can obtain it just through hard work and me doing my own stuff. And then just talk about the culture in general, how it's grown with the resellers and the young entrepreneurs and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's a layered documentary. I really want to do a feature version because there's a lot of stuff I didn't get to talk on. But it's about identity. It's about relatability. It's about, people bonding over something as a material as small as a shoe.
Damn. All of that just from Snickers.
All of that from Snickers.
So there's a scene in one of the episodes of Black Man Depressed where you walk in the shoe store. Was that really your closet at your house, and those were your shoes on display?
Say that one more time, sir.
There's a scene in one of the episodes of Black Man Depressed that takes place in the shoe store. Are those your shoes?
No, those are not my shoes. I actually shopped at a shoe store, but my closet is comparable to that. Like last time I counted, I think I have like, I probably have like 180 because I donated some shoes. I donated a lot of shoes. I try to donate as much as possible too. I gave a lot of little kids some shoes as well. Just because, you know what, it's like the world is hard enough sometimes, and sometimes you just need like an easy break. So, I mean, you just need a break or a relief. You need to go to school without somebody worrying about what your kick game like or something like that. And so sometimes I just want to give little kids that relief, and sometimes I donate to grown men. It's just in a bad way. I mean, I'm not rich by far at all. I'm kind of broke myself, but that's how I splurge. So, yeah, I mean, I connect with people through Snickers. Snickers and film.
You know what? You've also showed a comedic side of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And I keep talking about Black Man Depressed because I watched that series and just laughed my ass off watching some of the stuff you just came up with.
Thank you.
Where did that come from?
You know what? I think that's one of those talents God give you that you didn't know you had. Because before I came to SC, all I did was drama. I just did drama. And I did this movie called This Ain't Your Movie, which is like a hybrid black exploitation. And the crowd loved it. We had a huge screen of like 400 people, and they died laughing. I was like, well, maybe I should be a little funny. And then, everything just like clicked into place. Whenever my family reunions and stuff like that, people always like, yeah, start talking, and everybody started laughing. I just cracked jokes. So I mean, that's really what it is. Just one of those talents that you had that you didn't acknowledge. And I mean, that's really it. I can't take credit for it. It's just like it's something that was given to me,
Okay. Tell me about your latest project and what you're going to show here in Chicago at Black Harvest next month in August.
Black Harvest, oh, cool, excellent. So Black Harvest, my latest product is called Condoms. And I don't want to give any too much away, but I'm going back to my roots by making a drama. And it's just basically what happens when a woman thinks she caught her man up in a lie. Emphasis on think she caught her man in a lie. And it's one of those pieces that it's not a lot to it. Like, there's not 1,000,001 locations. It's like all in maybe 2 locations. And it's real acting. It's 2 actors that have to carry dialogue, and they can't run away from the emotion of it, because if they do, the whole movie falls flat, so it's an intense piece. It's an intense piece.
Are you planning on coming here for a Q&A session after the film?
I will be there both days with a smile on my face and sneaks on my feet.
Mm-hmm. And you plan on giving away some of those sneakers, right?
Oh, well, probably not.
If you have a 9.5,
Oh, you wear 9.5? We might can work something out for you. I'm a 10.5, but you never know. I might come up on something. Just for you.
So do you hold the world's record for having the most sneakers?
Oh, no, I wish, man. Some of those people I interviewed, had 500 pairs.
And where are they keeping these sneakers? Where could they possibly keep them? Well,
the one dude keeps them in he has a house. And, now they all the way in his son's room, which him and his wife are not getting along because of that. P.J. Tucker, who plays for the Suns, he's got 30,000, and he has a warehouse in Georgia, and then 2 different houses he keeps his shoes
at. Damn.
Yeah. Serious. I'm probably never going to own more than 250 at a time, because I probably will always give away and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. And so have the folks at Nike or Adidas approached you? Okay.
You said what happened?
Say that again, what you just said, sorry.
I said, but of course these are accumulated, because I have shoes that date back all the way to 99. I keep them up.
Damn.
Yeah.
So have the folks at Nike or Adidas or one of those shoe companies approached you to be a spokesperson? Or could
Not
they
a
possibly?
Not a spokesperson yet, but I am a tester for Nike. I submitted to their program to test, and they approved me. So I test certain products for them.
Okay. So that sort of explains it. So it's not sort of like a habit, if you will, like some people drink or smoke.
Mm. Oh,
So
it's a habit. It's a habit.
It is a habit.
It is a habit. I mean, I'm not what you say addicted, because like I haven't bought any in like a couple months, just because I'm fresh out of grad school, and I got to be careful on my money because you can't rent stuff like that. But it's definitely a habit. It's like I look at shoes every day, at least for an hour. Shoes. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always on some shoe sites almost every day. So yeah, it's a habit hobby.
So you're the male African American, Mel DeMarco, somewhere in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
You channel that spirit.
Exactly.
Let's see here. We talked about your latest project. Let's talk about what you've done, or what are some of the things that you've done that made you. I'm sort of tongue-tied. Let me think about this.
That sounds good.
You've been very successful in packing a theater house. You mentioned some 400 people showed up for your film before. What did you do to market or promote?
Well, back then it was just like, it was literally like, that's when MySpace was still popular. So it was like MySpace and emails, and we hit the streets with the pluggers. That's back in the day when you used to have to do your own footwork. So we just used to do our own footwork, really. I mean, literally like that, and then it was, man, and I think, you know what, too, brother? I think because it took us like a year to shoot it, because of course I paid for it out of my pocket, so it's like, and then weekends here, weekends there. I think it was just about right timing, enough people seeing what I was doing, what me and my partner was doing at the time, and they just came out. They came out in droves,
What is the biggest challenge you faced thus far as a filmmaker? And what have you done to overcome that challenge?
The biggest challenge the biggest challenge I've had as a filmmaker is really myself. And I go back to what I was telling you earlier. We're our biggest asset, and the minute we don't believe in ourselves, how can we get other people to believe so? I'm still, even at this point, trying to get myself back to when I was a younger guy, a little bit younger, and I just had this almost ignorant sense of self. Where I would just go. And I feel like now that some of my craft is where it needs to be, and I still have a lot more growing to do, I need to get some of that back. Because that gun-ho arrogance, in a way, will get you far. So for me, I feel like my biggest hold-up for me, because like I told you before, it's not about chasing connections. It's not about chasing. It's about getting yourself in the right position and putting yourself in people to come to you. And so, yeah, my biggest problem and the whole thing was myself. And every filmmaker tells you something different about it, what theirs was. But the true fact of it all, it's you first. It's you, and we're too quick to point the finger at everybody else. But it's us.
Okay. And I guess I keep going back to Black Man Depressed.
Oh, please keep going back to Black Man Depressed, because I need some hits. So please, let's go.
You're on season number 2. Will there be a season number 3?
I'm writing season number 2 right now.
Okay, so that was just the first season I saw.
That was the first season we just finished that in May, where they're all up. So I'm writing season number 2 now. I'm coming out with another web series called 24 Hours of Dre. I'm gonna tell you like this, man. As long as the fans want it, Even if it's the same 200 people that watch it, I'll keep putting it out. As long as my heart is like, I can keep making it interesting, I'll keep putting it out. Hopefully, like, my directing takes off and my acting takes off, and that's still something I will want to do. I still want to have a presence in that arena. Because it's something freeing about, like, web series and like, YouTube content, because it's like, just have fun with it. Go, you know?
Right.
I try to make the show as pretty as I possibly can on the budget that I have, you know, because I don't have a lot of money, so I do it, like, on shoestring budget. But it's still like, we don't go, oh, man, now we need a red, and now we need this, and now we need this sale. It's like, no, like, let's get some new up-and-coming actors. Let's try some stuff that maybe a studio wouldn't let us try. Let's say some jokes. Let's put some propaganda in it if we want to, or not. Let's throw some gym shoes in, or not. You know, it's just like, so I plan to build up a channel with like 4 to 5 different versions of web content. And who knows? You know, maybe ABC or somebody might one day be like, you know what? We're going to put this on our web-only content. We're like, all right, take it. Now we worked out a deal, you know?
Right. Right. How does one direct oneself? I hear from so many actors / directors / writer / musician. Yeah. How do you do all of those things, yet be good at each one of them?
Well, that's when a team is involved. That's when a team is involved, because when I'm directing myself on episodes that I do direct myself, I talk to my DP ahead of time. I work out all my shots ahead of time. You have to be somebody you trust, because if not, you're going to want to, I hate seeing directors who direct themselves and then they need to repeat every frame. Let me repeat that. No. You're killing the flow of the set. You get somebody you trust to shoot. The only things I ever really look at is if it's a trick shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I need, like, a oneer and everybody got to be in focus and focus has to be full of, like, other than that, it's like, let's go. Like, you have the game plan. We talked about the game plan. It's been rehearsed. Now I'm going into action mode. And that's when my producers or ADs step in and they make sure they give me the shots that I need. You know?
Okay, so if you could only pick one, and only one, which one would you pick and why?
My honest answer to that is, if I had to pick one, I would pick none. I came
No.
to...
No. I am Disney. I saw Black Man depressed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm willing to give you a contract, but I'm only going to allow you to do one thing. Either be an actor or be a producer, director, or be a producer or director or writer. Only one. You're going to tell me you're not going to do it?
No, I would do it. I guess. If you make it that tough on me, then I guess I will be acting, because at least I can pretend like I'm doing other stuff.
Okay. Had to make it difficult. If you're acting, or if your artistic style were a shoe, were a gym shoe, what kind of gym shoe would it be?
Oh, okay. If it was, then it had to be a pair of Jordans. It's the greatest shoe that ever was around.
Okay, now what if they couldn't be Jordans? We want you to pick something else.
If they couldn't be Jordans, I'm gonna say a shoe, and you're not gonna know what it is. It'll be a pair of Nike Hyperposites.
Okay, and what is that?
It's just a particular basketball shoe that's relatively new, but I love the toughness of the shoe, because it has a positive material all around it. So it's tough, and it's rugged. But then it also has vents all throughout it, so it can breathe. So I feel like it's tough enough to get any job done, but still be comfortable enough and breathable enough so you can relax a little bit.
Okay. And is there anything else you would like for me to know, or you would like for me to make sure that we let our readers know about you or any of your upcoming projects?
Just, make sure they visit, pretty much just visit blackmandepressed.com, pick up a t-shirt, donate, whatever. This is a movement. It's a movement more so than it is a show or two. Because beyond me, which I get a lot of credit for, people don't understand it. I'm helping a lot of people fill up their IMDb page. All my actors are now SAG eligible because I did everything that was SAG, everything through SAG to make sure everything, like every dot was crossed. So I'm helping actors who are not getting chances in the other way to fulfill their dreams. So it's like, that's why I say it's a movement, because we're legitimately helping each other fulfill our dreams. Even the Dick, who's the white guy now, he's been SAG. He makes all that money. He makes a lot of money doing voiceover. That's just, like, he's 100% actor all the time, and he makes good money at it. But even he's like, I do it because they don't give me an opportunity to play a character like that. So that's why I'm here, because I want that type of character. So Black Men Depressed and all the other stuff I do is enabling people who wouldn't normally get a chance to do things they want to do to be able to do. The people that's writing the show with me, they're getting a chance to be writers for other people not even looking at their work. The DPs, they're getting a chance to DP so they can get stuff for their reel. Editors, exactly, etc. So it's like, it's a movement.